It's another night of NPSL soccer as the Buffalo Stallions take on the Erie Commodores in this Great Lakes Conference matchup. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to tonight's contest from North Tonawanda High School, just outside of Buffalo. I'm Tony Occhiuto, and we'll provide the call for tonight's battle. Tonight, we have a matchup of two teams coming off victories. The Buffalo Stallions getting a dramatic Luke Sobolewski goal at the 91st minute mark to beat crosstown rival Niagara 18-12 by the score of 1-0 last Saturday, while the Erie Commodores had an impressive and hard-fought 1-0 victory this past Wednesday against one of the league leaders, the Rochester, New York FC. With us tonight, once again, providing the color commentary is Kenmore West men's varsity head coach and Nisoa referee, Shane Majerus. Shane, great to have you once again with us. Great matchup we're looking for tonight of two teams coming off very impressive wins this past week.
Good evening, Tony. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a nice matchup tonight with both teams coming off wins, and Erie's looking to solidify first place, and the Stallions are looking to keep it going, keep themselves alive here.
Yes, Buffalo is, of course, down in the conference a little bit, but with a couple of wins today, last week, today, and the next two games, which happen to be home, they could be right in the thick of things. Tonight's referees, in the middle, Alex Parent, AR1, Dan Simic, AR2, Jeff Preval, and the fourth official will be the one and only David Rousseau. For the starting lineup, for Buffalo in goal, Jack Petrie, Jason Hernandez, Riley Wagner, John Tilo, Riley Quinn, Johnny Pizzino, Sam Lamondola, Axel Lazoya, Andy Loomis, Luke Sobolewski, and Larry No. That is the starting lineup as we wait for the whistle to begin this game on this beautiful night of weather-wise. The weather has been fantastic, and the wind has died down a little bit, so it's going to be perfect conditions for a great game.
Tony, you wonder how these two teams are going to come out tonight. Last time they played, it was a 2-1 game, and I think there were 2 red cards to players and a red card to the Erie staff. So you see what carries over from that game into this game and how they get started tonight.
And if I'm not mistaken, Buffalo led pretty much the entire game. They led for 77 minutes, and then the last few minutes they let up 2 goals. Buffalo's defense played very well the other night, so I'm expecting them to do very well again, and they play against a team that has a couple of they score by committee. They have a few players who are up there in the rankings as far as goal scorers is concerned.
Yeah, I think having John Tillo back there is going to help them again tonight. He really understands the defense and the gaps and where to be and when to be there. So I think you're gonna see that be of a big help tonight for the Stallions.
And we're off. The game is underway from North Tonawanda High School. The NPSL game between the Buffalo Stallions and the Erie Commodores. Larry Knoll in the corner tries to cross it. It's blocked. On top to Sobolewski, but it's a handball. It'll be Commodores' ball coming out.
Yeah, it's a good call to get started there.
Referee Alex Parent, all the way from Pittsburgh, former Buffalonian, right?
Yeah, he was out at Syracuse for a while.
Yep.
He was here for a little bit, and then he was at Syracuse working game day management for Syracuse University and the soccer program there.
And now I believe he works for the University of Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, yep.
Good to see Alex back in town. No relation to Bernie Parent, I don't think, right?
No relation to Bernie. But we'll see what standard he holds tonight.
Ben Buckley anchors their defense, and he's also not only their center back, but he's one of their leading scorer. So he's the guy that gets up the field.
Yeah, I assume he's coming in and set plays and finding some success in the air. Usually when you see that, Tony.
Yeah. Ball back to Jack Petrie in goal, who made some really great stops the other night.
He was excellent on
to get the
Tuesday
clean sheet.
Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't stop a few of those, it could have been devastating for the Stallions,
Yeah.
and he did everything they needed.
Here's a long ball down the field by Jean Tilo. But it goes to the goalkeeper. He drops it, and it looks like he twisted his ankle.
Wait, he grabbed that outside the box, Tony. 2 yards out, and that's a yellow card.
Yep. No, it would not be a red.
We got some fans here calling for a red card.
Let's look at this. Let's see what happens here in the replay. Definitely out. Oh, he's out there by 2 yards.
I think what he's doing, Tony, is looking at that white line there, thinking he's got to be within that on the 10-yard line there, and I think he focused on that white line and just got lost a little bit. I had that happen to me one time when I coaching a goalie at Niagara Wheatfield, and the lines are different colors. They're black and red. He comes out and gets the ball. I asked him what he was doing. He said, "I'm colorblind, coach." Okay.
Free kick for Buffalo. Luke Sobolewski stands over the ball, 18 yards out. A 5-man wall. Harry O'Brien, the goalkeeper. Let's see what Buffalo can do on this one. There's a shot low, but O'Brien was able to stop that without too much of a problem. The wall jumped, and he put it right underneath the wall. They didn't have a guy laying down behind like they do in the pros.
Yeah, he would have got hit there.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good he got it on frame.
Yeah. Well, if you don't get it on frame, there's never a chance for you to score. At least even if it goes to him, he might drop it, and there's always an opportunity for a rebound. Buckley, through ball. Taken out of the play is Dejan Barthy. It'll be a free kick for the Commodores.
Yeah, Alex is a referee. Alex is having his hands full already. Already given a card and a couple of foul calls each way.
The Commodores in their own half of the field. Lewis Trapp to Buckley. Swings it to the left side. Back to Trapp. Through ball goes right to Jack Petrie. Buffalo will put the ball back in play. Unlike Tuesday night where the weather, there wasn't a breeze whatsoever, tonight we have a nice breeze.
We got some fans here in sweatshirts tonight.
Yes.
You can see one of those on Tuesday.
And we have a fan in the booth tonight. Compliments of Stefano Cuda.
We do. We got to thank him for that battery-powered fan.
Ah, yes.
Manager of the championship division, BDSL Stallions.
We must remind our viewers that at halftime, we're going to have Bediako Swan, head coach of Damon Soccer, Division II, will be here with us. And one of his proteges is Jean Tilo, who plays center back for the Stallions.
Yeah, we'll see what he has to say about the new facility they built over there for the Damon Wildcats.
Is that
new soccer facility?
Is that the one by
Royal Parkway?
Yeah.
Right off you can see it from the 290 there. And there's Bediako Swan now. He's just joining us tonight.
Oh, there he is. Yep. Can't miss him. He's 8 feet tall. Looks like a bodybuilder.
He sure does.
There's no guys that are going to kick sand in his face. Jean Tilo swings it. Willie, downfield for Loomis, too far. Missed kick by Trapp. Loomis on the left side. Well, he kind of was hoping for a foul, but Alex Perrant is a veteran. He wasn't going to be fooled by that. It'll be a throw-in for the Commodores. Trapped to his goalkeeper, Harry O'Brien. What's up, bud? So we say hello to Bediako. throwing for the Commodores. Charlie Peterson to Buckley to the left side, but too far. It'll be Buffalo's ball around midfield. Riley Wagner. Yeah, we're great. Oh, Skipper in here with that hat. Sobolewski. Now Riley Quinn. Back to Sam Lamondola to Jean Tilo. Buffalo is trying to feel out the defense. They put a through ball. Larry Noel to Sobolewski. Swings it wide. To Pizzino. Loomis all the way to the left side. It's a throw-in for the Commodores. Assistant referee is Jeff Preval. Of course, if that's a familiar name, Jeff Preval, what is he, Emmy broadcaster?
He got an Emmy Award for us back in November of 2013.
That was a dangerous play for the Commodores, who crossed the ball from the left side all the way across the field, but nobody there to knock it into the open net.
Yeah, it was just a couple yards off on that one. Yeah.
Buffalo's defense got caught, and there's a cross all the way across, but Cade Worstner was not able to get there. Throw-in for the Commodores to Buckley. NPSL soccer here in North Tonawanda. The Stallions against the Erie Commodores. Through ball. Once again, the Commodores breaking down that left side, the Buffalo's defense. One-on-one with Wagner. They're yelling for a handball, but none forthcoming. They were thinking that Jason Hernandez got a hand on it, but that was not the case. Harry Lee to the left side to Cade Worstner. He crosses it. Oh, great play by defender Riley Wagner just to knock it away. Otherwise, it would have been an easy tap-in for the Commodores, but all that said, it was an offside. Or was it? We're looking at the replay. We weren't 100% sure.
Yeah, it looks like they're calling an offside there.
Yeah.
Simic is a fine assistant referee and does probably more than anyone, so there's someone I'm going to trust. I certainly trust his calls.
Worstner with the shot just over the crossbar. Buffalo gave the ball away.
Tony, they're going to have to tighten things up in that.
Yeah, no, they're going down that left side of Buffalo's defense. And we just gave the ball away. The Stallions just gave the ball away. And Worstner, one of their leading scorer, almost popped it into the top corner. Tilo's pass is too short. It'll be Buffalo's ball. Put into play by Sobolewski to Noel. Marked by two men. He play on. Jean Tilo knocks it out. Oh, he did call the foul.
Yeah, he called the second one, Tony.
Yeah.
This one, he could.
It could have been a yellow card.
Yeah, he's talking with the player now. Yeah.
He's talking to Sam Lamondola, who was very close to going in a book for a questionable tackle.
Yeah, you could hear that from up here.
So if you want to get 25 yards out, at least the football marks.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have to try to drop this in over the back of the defense there. tonight.
Offside? Who called that offside? I don't think somebody put the flag up.
I didn't see the flag. They must have headsets. They have headsets. I
don't know.
I didn't think I saw them, but they must have headsets, and it must have been communicated via the headset. Because we saw that the other night with Pat O'Hara, one of the offsides. He communicated it. Referee calls it, and then you see the flag go up later. I think even if he doesn't signal and they're doing it through audio,
right,
the flag should still come up.
He does have they do have a headset on.
Yeah, so that flag has to come up once the referee takes it.
Here's Worsner going in. Oh, we almost had an own goal there. Petrie came out, and the defense just knocked it out for a corner kick, but that was dangerous.
Yeah, the Buffalo's under pressure.
I was just going to say, Buffalo is playing with fire here. The Commodores are I think they're the third place of the Great Lakes Conference, so they're not the Syracuse FC football club.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, it's a big win the other night against Rochester team. That's a big win for them, so they look to follow.
Worsner once again going in on goal. He tries to cross it. It is a corner kick. Buffalo looks a little bit disheveled on defense.
Yeah, I'm watching John Tillo, and it seems like when they're attacking us, the spacing doesn't look great defensively. I think they can clean up the spacing and limit the gaps a little bit.
On that last play, headed out by Riley Wagner. Sobolewski is by himself.
Get Pizzino down that backside.
To Larry Knoll. Knoll to Loomis. Pizzino, one-on-one with the shot. Just wide.
Tony, I would have liked to see that ball go from Knoll out
all
to
the way
Pizzino. Get it all the way out,
yeah.
Let him attack the goal. I think that was that would have provided him something a little more. It got out there eventually, but the defense is set.
Well, they got back,
Their spacing, look at their spacing. Yeah. It's real nice.
They had numbers advantage. Petrie comes outside of the area to knock it back out, and it goes back to Worsner, being watched by Loomis. Hansel to Harry Lee, but it's knocked out by Buffalo. It'll be a throw-in.
See, Tony, Hansel has way too much time there. That ball comes into Hansel, and we don't have a Buffalo player within 10 yards.
Yep. I was saying before, that play when they came down the right side, Riley Quinn was up on his man, and Worsner was by himself. There was no one within 10 yards of him.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times here early on.
Pizzino heads it backwards. It's up in the air. Again, across. Oh, good stop by Petrie. Loomis. Oh, that's Sobolewski going in. Sobolewski again going in. Sobolewski. Tried to get it to Noel, but just could not connect. Buffalo gets the ball back. Sam Lamondola to Loomis. Back to Riley Quinn. Jean Tilo. All the way back to his goalkeeper. 16 minutes into this first half between the Buffalo Stallions and the Erie Commodores from North Tonawanda High School. Buffalo definitely needs a good result tonight if they hope to get up in the top ranks to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that was a nice chance there. Cebalewski worked hard. I'd like to see the ref go over and have words with Hansel.
He grabbed him. He grabbed his shirt.
Yeah, even though we were able to play through it, I think when you get a chance, you got to circle back and have a conversation because that can't happen.
It'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. No. Overlapping is Riley Quinn.
A touch from Riley Quinn's got to go down the line, Tony.
Yep.
You can't go back to the middle. This team is very organized in the middle there.
Noah Hansel being marked by Loomis. Down the right side. Riley Quinn picks him up now. It'll be a corner kick. Oh, throw-in, or make that goal kick.
Tony, look at the defense now, or the midfield for Buffalo. We're all on a straight line across the field, and that's why we're seeing ourselves lose the top part of the midfield. They're finding guys open because we're not spaced out properly right now.
Gentilo's pass for no. Never made it there. The Commodores controlling things. There's a long ball. Goes to Jack Petrie. To Riley Wagner. To Axel Lazoya. We haven't heard his name very much tonight. There's Pizzino. To Larry No. Goes right to goalkeeper Harry O'Brien.
I like that ball. I like the thought there. I think if Buffalo's going to be successful tonight, it's going to be on transition. It's going to be on. They got to go at this team quick.
Yep.
Because they get organized fast, and once they're organized, they play very disciplined.
Buffalo controls the ball with Riley Quinn. A lot of standing around. And the ball goes up in the air from Petrie. Riley Quinn battling. He's being held. It's a foul on Cade Worstner. Riley Wagner to Jason Hernandez. Axel Lazoya puts it through, but it goes to a yellow jersey. Hernandez battles. It's picked up by Harry Lee. Ball goes to Petrie. There's Riley Quinn. Long ball. Good run by Pizzino. Pizzino chasing after it. He has it, but taken off the play. The Commodores get the ball back. Dejan Barthy to his own. Barthy on the left side. One-on-one with Hernandez. Hernandez does a nice job in stopping that action. Gentilo to Riley Wagner.
Stallions are thrilled to welcome Antonio's Banquet and Conference Center to our gold sponsor spot. Located just minutes from Niagara Falls, Antonio's is Western New York's premier banquet facility.
Buffalo's got to move without the ball.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much standing.
Their modern decor and spacious surroundings provide the perfect setting for any event. Visit them at Antonio's Banquet.
Lazoya taken out. It'll be a free kick for Buffalo at midfield.
I think Lazoya might have bought one there.
Yeah.
He looked like he bailed out, and
Charlie Peterson was not too happy with that call from referee. Alex Perrant. Buffalo take it. Almost 22 minutes into this first half, 0-0 between the Commodores and the Buffalo Stallions. Sobolewski one-on-one, cuts across with the shot. Great stop by Harry O'Brien. The rebound by Loomis goes all the way across the field, and it's a throw-in for the Commodores. Nice play by Sobolewski, who took that ball one-on-one, beat his man across the middle, and from about 19 yards out, took a great shot where Harry O'Brien made a nice stop.
Yeah, it was a nice play, Tony. Sobolewski's working hard. You'd like to see Loomis play that ball back into the mixer.
Lamondola again to Sobolewski. He turns, he shoots, and he scores! Luke Sobolewski off a deflection, and the Buffalo Stallions, 22 and a half minutes into this first half, lead the Erie Commodores 1-0. Luke Sobolewski, Stallions leading scorer now with number 4, puts the Stallions 1-0. So we look at the replay, nice through ball by Lamondola. There you have it. Sobolewski turns, shoots, deflection off the defender.
Tony, we look at him and look how fast he turns that and just fires the ball. It doesn't give the goalie much time to set. You never know what's going to happen, so you get that ball on frame, and now you got a deflection. It's in the back of the net, and Luke has his second goal in 2 games.
Yep, 4th of the season, one of the leading scorers in this Great Lakes conference. One nothing Buffalo on a goal by Luke Sobolewski at the 23-minute mark. That's what Buffalo needed. Hopefully this will get them even more motivated. Lazoya to Lamondola, who made that nice through ball to Sobolewski. Lazoya puts it through to Loomis. Too far. Goalie comes out, knocks it out of bounds.
Looks like Coach McComb wanted to get that one.
Coach Spicone.
He decided against it.
No, he didn't want to pull a muscle. I think Rudy Pompert talked him out of it.
Yeah, they're down there chuckling. So
Riley Quinn with the foul. It'll be a Commodores free kick. Harry Lee with the ball to Ben Buckley. We have a foul. He grabbed him by the shirt. It'll be Buffalo's ball. Riley Wagner over the ball to Lazoya. Lazoya gets his pocket pick. He turns it off. Oh, just over the crossbar. That was a sloppy play by Buffalo.
yeah, right from the start when Lazoya got his.
Lazoya tried to beat his man, and he did not, and it had a quick counter. And Dejan Barthy just put the ball over the crossbar.
The game is brought to you by MK Renovations, specializing in custom kitchen and bathroom renovations. Transform your space with quality craftsmanship and personalized service. MK Renovations, bringing your vision.
No. Lazoya to Jason Hernandez. To Sobolewski on the right side. To Johnny Pizzino. One-on-one with Buckley. And Buckley neatly takes the ball from Johnny Pizzino. Charlie Peterson for Barthy. But could not connect, and that's Buffalo's ball. Jean Tilo with the ball. Fans, don't forget that July the 2nd, It's another game for the Buffalo Stallions. Oh, good stop by Riley Wagner. Ball was ready to go through.
Yeah, they had numbers. They had numbers
I think
going
we're
that
going to
way.
have offside. Yep. Offside on Larry Noel. Jeff Preval with the flag.
They had numbers going in, so that was a nice play by Wagner. But I like the quick transition.
Yep.
I think that's how Buffalo's going to have success if they go forward fast when they get the ball and find Noel or find Cebalewski. Playing with both those guys central. Playing with both those guys high and central.
The Commodores very deliberate with the ball. They find Lewis trap. Dejan Barthy. Felipe Santos with the ball. To Harry Lee. Being watched by Lazoya. Barthy with the ball, but knocked out of play by Buffalo. It'll be a Commodores throw-in. 28 minutes into this first half between the Buffalo Stallions and the Erie Commodores. 1-0 Buffalo on a goal by Luke Cebalewski. Dejan Barthy shoots. The field goal is good.
Barthy kicked a field goal there,
Yep.
but you got to be concerned with the amount of time that they're finding in that part of the midfield, Tony.
Yep.
Just seems like there's too many guys roaming free, and Buffalo's got to figure out how to close that space. If you watch what Buffalo's doing, they're playing with Gianni Pizzino and Andy Loomis, and they're putting both those guys wide and putting Cebalewski and Noel as high forwards.
20, number 22 on the field. We don't have number 22. It must be. Said Lewis crossed off. Maybe you got a wrong number out here. Wagner cuts off the pass to Lazoya, to Jason Hernandez. Long for Larry Noel, who's got to step on the defender. It'll be a corner kick for Buffalo.
So we're going to find their success, Tony. They're bypassing the midfield a little bit there. They're not taking. When they do that, they're having some luck, going forward.
Yep. Let's see if Buffalo could do something off this corner kick.
Be nice to see John Tillo get in there and get one.
Yeah. Him and Riley Wagner have moved up. Let's see if Axel Lazoya could find one of those guys inside that 18. There's a shot and a goal!
Cebalewski
Once again off the corner kick from Axel Lazoya out of nowhere. Lazoya crosses it. And I was just about to say not a very good corner kick, but found its mark to Cebalewski, who went in and gets his second goal of the game. 30 minutes into this first half, the Buffalo Stallions are leading 2-0.
It's a nice goal. I think Cebalewski is making that corner look pretty good, but what a touch by him, and 3 goals in 2 games. He's on fire. Erie's going to have to figure out a way to stop him tonight if they want to win this game. But that's Tony. Look, that ball comes from the back. They try to hit Larry Noel on a transition ball. It goes out of bounds for a corner, and next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. The transition game quick here is how you're going to beat Erie.
There's a ball. Now, I was just going to say, I thought that corner was short, but Cebalewski did a great job, and he ran toward the ball with lots of times players wait for the ball to come to them. Cebalewski had the instinct to go to the ball, and he just facing the wrong way, just cut it back, and it went right by Harry O'Brien, who never had a chance, and Buffalo leads. 30 minutes with a 2-goal lead. Both goals by Luke Sobolewski, Canisius College product.
You see there, Gianni Pizzino tried to send Larry Knoll through with his header like he did on Tuesday night for the game winner.
Perrant having a talk with Riley Quinn. Well, the Commodores have an answer for this 2-0 lead. The ball goes all the way down for a goal kick. Harry Lee tried to hit
well, Buffalo's
Kate
been here
Worshner.
before.
Yep.
Buffalo's been here before, right?
Yep.
They were up 2-0 at Cleveland. So I'm sure they've learned from that and have a game plan to avoid that happening again.
No, they have to keep their foot on the accelerator and not give up. And what they say, the 2-goal lead is always the worst.
It's a dangerous one.
Looks like Buffalo is going against the wind. That ball held up in the air. Worshner being watched on a play by Riley Quinn. Charlie Peterson puts the ball through, but Riley Wagner comes across and knocks it out of bounds. Noah Hansel puts the ball into play. It'll be a corner kick as Riley Quinn knocked that ball out of bounds. Got to watch for the big guy Buckley up. He's one of their leading scorers. He comes up there. He's a big boy.
Yeah, this
also
is where
Lewis Trapp.
This is where he's dangerous.
The big guy's up top. Buffalo's got to find an answer for this. Goes back to Worshner. Crosses it. Knocked out by Jean Tillo. Loomis. Felipe Santos to Worshner. He shoots. Stopped on a play. Oh. The rebound went back to the Commodores. Good job by Riley Quinn to get that ball out. That was a dangerous turn of events there. Worshner crosses it, knocked out by Riley Quinn. I'll make that Riley Wagner. It'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. 35 minutes gone, first half, 2-0 Buffalo over the Erie Commodores. At halftime, Bediako Swan, head coach of Damon College. As we mentioned, one of his players out there, so he's here checking out one of his prize possessions.
Yeah, well, he's got him. He's got this game bookend. He's got Larry Knoll up
Here
top.
comes Sobolewski again. The goalie comes out. No, could not control it. The net was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to play that back into Sobolewski, which if it would have made it through, I think we would have found him offside because the goalie was up high.
Lamondola to Pizzino. Pizzino tried to find Larry Knoll, but could not. It'll be a throw-in for Buffalo. Looks like the Commodores are going to make a change. Number 19, Owen Peterson. looks like he's going to be coming into this game. Gentilo turns back to his own goalkeeper. Ball goes to Jack Petrie.
Well, you got to try something if you're Erie.
Yeah.
Not having much luck here. And
It'll be a throw-in.
Any success that they've had really is, been because Buffalo's given them time. Otherwise, I think they're really limiting any chances.
Who's that, number 30? No, Lewis Trapp comes out. The Commodores trying to find a seam to get this ball through. Buffalo's been very staunchy on defense. There's a shot again over the net by Dejan Barty.
That's a second field goal of the night.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills might be interested.
I think he's got a future. This keeps up.
Owen Peterson in for Lewis Trapp.
Good crowd tonight. I don't know if there's any Bill Scouts here or not.
No.
I see Averick Parker, the coach for the Bobcats, Brian and Stratton in the crowd tonight.
Riley Quinn with the ball. Comes across middle to Larry Noel. Larry Noel being marked on a play. Larry Noel gets the ball, but too far. We have a yellow card to number 8, Charlie Peterson, as he took out Larry Noel. That was close to being inside the box. We'll look at the replay. Larry Noel kicks the ball. I thought he was going to kick it too far, but
yeah, I think it's
warranted.
I think it's warranted. I think he's coming in. I think Larry gets that touch going into the middle, and I
want to say hello to Kevin Barcy. Kevin Barcy is the assessor for tonight's referees out of Rochester.
Kevin's got a rich history of doing refereeing big games himself, and still does college games. That finds himself doing a lot of assessing and assigning nowadays, but he's been on some big games in his career. It was good to have him here tonight.
Great to have him here with us. Maybe we'll get a word from him a little bit later on.
Yeah, maybe.
Axel Lazoya stands over the ball. He knocks it in, but Harry O'Brien caught that ball but dropped it, and Larry Noel was right there. Apparently he fouled, according to Alex Perrant. Barthy knocks it back to Harry Lee. Riley Wagner controls the ball, and it goes back to Petrie. After that first few minutes, Buffalo looks like have settled down on defense, doing a better job cutting off the passes through the lanes.
Yeah, they are doing a nice job with their protecting the gaps and limiting the balls in.
Just like that. They just, Hansel had the ball and Riley Quinn cut it off. Up to Loomis. Loomis gets fouled. And it looks like we're going to have another yellow card. No? I thought he was going to his pocket.
Well, 14, definitely dissenting there a little bit. So Noah Hansel didn't like the call and let the referee know that. And he's not going to tolerate that tonight.
Gentilo back to his goalkeeper. 41 minutes into this first half. 2-0 Buffalo. Ball goes to Sobolewski.
Haven't heard the drums too much tonight. We got
Felipe Santos.
We got Ken Belote here tonight running the Stallions battalion.
And it looks like he might have fallen asleep. I don't know.
Well, that's what retirement does for you. He retired
what it
from
is?
his job as a music teacher last year, and maybe he sleeps a little more during the day.
Don't blame him. It'll be a corner kick for the Commodores.
Well, you know who's joining them?
You?
This is the first game with
yes.
Coach Spicone in retirement mode.
I didn't know he was that old.
Ooh.
Now that's
maybe he's not. Teachers can retire young.
That's the beauty of this. I mean, you're not too far away from that.
I'm not too far away. I'm watching Coach Spicone. He looks so relaxed tonight. Maybe it's the 2-goal lead that has him relaxed, but maybe it's retirement, Tony.
Alex Perron talking to a couple players out there who are throwing a few elbows inside that box. They could throw a blanket off and cover all of them. They're so tight.
It's really
the ball comes out and knocked out by Loomis.
It's got a different feel from the other night.
Yeah.
A lot more intensity here. More fouls. More conversations from the ref.
There he is, the drum leader.
There's Ken Belote, our drum leader, Stallions battalion leader, Ken Belote.
He looks like he's lost.
He's lost his drum.
Noah Hensel. What happened? You lost the sticks? Kate Worsner cuts across the middle, lays it wide. Buffalo does a nice job, and the Commodores start again.
Sounds like the Stallions battalion was told not to play the drums.
Really? By whom? We want noise.
And we'll see if Bediaco Swan wants to do that for the second half.
And Noah Hansel to Charlie Peterson.
Learn more at shopwithcare.org. And be sure to head over to the booth at 1033 The Edge for a chance to win some very cool prizes. Enter for the raffle to win tickets to Darien Lake
Harry Lee puts it through, but it'll be a Buffalo ball. Let's see what the fourth official, David Rousseau, holds up for extra time. Sobolewski swings it all the way across to Pizzino. Looks like the ball hit him in the hand. It'll be a handball. Now, with that under the new rule, is that hitting? Of course, now they have a new rule. Interpretation as far as the handball.
Yeah, maybe we'll ask Kevin Barcy about that. Bring him over, maybe.
Let's see how much time. That'll be a throw-in. 1 minute of extra time. David Rousseau, the fourth official for tonight's game.
Yeah, David Rousseau been quiet for the fourth official tonight. So
looked like the ball slipped out of Gentilo's hands, but Buffalo was able to recover. But now the Commodores get the ball back.
22 is.
Yeah, I don't know who 22 is.
Yeah,
He's not in our starting lineup, but he's out there. I bet that's Felipe Santos who's got a different jersey. Buffalo cuts it back, but
yeah, I think Erie just signed him. I want to say he was with a couple different teams. But this year, I think he was just signed by Erie, and I think FC Buffalo might have just signed him too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, out of Mercyhurst.
Oh. Well, it is a corner kick for the Commodores. Buffalo does not want to let up a goal at this late stages. They're yelling for a handball. Perron says no way. It is a halftime, and the Buffalo Stallions take a 2-0 lead off goals by Luke Sobolewski and they lead the Erie Commodores by the score of 2-0.
Yeah, well, they clearly have Erie frustrated. Buffalo has Erie frustrated, and that frustration is trying to carry over to the ref crew as they look for things.
While we wait for Bediaco Swan to come over here, this Wednesday, July the 2nd, the Buffalo Stallions invite you to join them for soccer action and a post-game fireworks display as a prelude to the 4th of July. The Stallions take on the Flower City Union in a NPSL matchup where both teams are vying to solidify a playoff position. The action kicks off 7 p.m. right here in North Tonawanda High School. Tickets are $10 and can be ordered at buffalostallions.org. The fireworks display will begin 15 minutes at the conclusion of the match. Fireworks are courtesy of Liberty Cab, where whether you or a loved one requires non-emergency medical transportation, wheelchair transportation, or medical courier service in Buffalo, Liberty Cab is here to serve you with the utmost care and professionalism. Call Liberty Cab at 716-877-7111. So that is Wednesday night, a fireworks display right after the game. With us here, we're happy to have Bediaco Swan, the coach of the Damon University Wildcats. Bediaco, great to have you here. Thanks for coming in. Let's talk about this game tonight and what your impression so far.
Well, first off, thank you for having me. I think impression so far, I think in the first, 15 minutes, I think actually, what's the other team? The
Erie Commodores.
The Commodores kind of had the advantage in attacking-wise, but I think after the Stallions were able to convert the first goal, the intensity changed, and attacking-wise, the Stallions look on top, and obviously they got rewarded by their second goal.
So let's talk about, and you can cut in any time, Shane. Let's talk about you. How long have you been at Damon College now?
Just over 6 years now. So I came in 2019. Really kind of just came in and liked the idea and the principles of Damon at the time, the college. Now it's university. So I thought it was a right fit for me. Really trying to establish the program.
Where did you come from?
So I came from St. Francis University in Pennsylvania. So I was pretty much an assistant coach there for 8 months before I got the job at Damon. And before that, I was in West Virginia for quite some time from Davis and Elkins College.
So let's talk about what are your expectations this year and what can the fans see in this team?
Our expectation this year is to really compete. I think the last few years we had different issues which I think prevented us to reach our full potential. The way things are looking now, I think we have the right guys with the right mindset to kind of elevate the program. Obviously, in the history of the program has not been great. Even my years there, we had, I would say one good season, and then it kind of was a struggle. So I think, with recruiting, you're trying to bring in the right players with the right mentality and the right attitude and, quality leadership. And I think that's something we brought to the table this year.
Bediaco, how does the new facility that Damon has built with the town of Amherst, how does that impact recruiting when you're playing at Park School in the past and grass field off campus, and now you guys have your own facility? How will that help you?
Honestly, that's second in terms of the recruiting aspect of what the field can give us. I think what the field gives us is the way we like to play is going to be flat enough that we can play quality ball. Obviously, we like to keep the ball a lot, and style of play, the field is definitely going to elevate that level of play. Recruiting aspect, I think, Buffalo is a great city. I think it has a lot to offer. And so with the recruiting aspect of it, the field is just is just an icing on the cake. I think it's brand new. It's right on the highways, right within the community as well. So I'm expecting people to come out and watch. I think even as a as a soccer town, you could see everywhere you go in Buffalo, where there is a game, there's always people around. So hopefully we can bring some quality in this year at the new field and see some fans out there.
What? Let's talk about recruiting and how many players from last year's team did you lose, and how many new players are you expecting this year?
Last year we lost around 12, and this year we're bringing in around 14. That's just a cycle, I think, with COVID and then the extra year. That pretty much was the last cycle. So you would have like a high, I guess, graduation rate or exit rate. So now I think this year now things will be coming back to normal in terms of how things were in the past before COVID. But generally, I would say the recruit we have coming in, I mean, we have one guy right now on the Stallions. He's on the bench. That's Keegan. He's a local kid, but also he's a very quality player. So, again, I think the level of play, I think the recruits are going to be bringing in for 2025 is going to be extreme. Everybody's going to really have to compete for their position, which every coach always loves.
What, as far as the recruiting, where do you normally most of the players come from on your team?
Honestly, I don't really go on a specific. I just go on, obviously, first my style of play. Can the player play that way? And so it's just a mixture. I mean, we guys have internationals. We have kids from Buffalo, Rochester area. We have guys from California. We have guys from Canada. So it's just really what fits our program and the mentality of what we're trying to establish is what's important. So no specific region, is just the connection between style of play, coaching philosophy, playing philosophy, and what we're trying to create at Damon.
So Beatty, let's talk about Jean Tillo and your relationship with him and him playing for the Bahamas in the World Cup qualifiers, and you being from Grenada. How was that? Your relationship with him and that rivalry.
Well, it's funny. I met John Tillo by accident. It was just my brother is the technical director of the Bahamas Soccer Association or Football Association. I just went on a little visit on a vacation, and I just happened to see him playing a game, and that's where the recruiting process started. So it's definitely exciting to have him on the team. He has been developing for the last 2 years, and I think he's coming into his own. Playing on the national team, obviously they're a young team. They're very small in terms of soccer within the region, but I think the quality he plays against really opens his eyes, and he's someone that looks to improve himself every day. The last time they played Costa Rica, so they ended up playing against, can't remember his first name, but Navas, the old Real Madrid and PSG.
Juan Navas.
Juan Navas, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you get the opportunity to play those top guys, and it's amazing to see the level. And what I like about John is he's trying to figure out how can I get to that level. So I think in turn he will bring that level of improvement into our program.
Is he a type of coachable young man?
Oh yes, he is very coachable. He's not one to dwell on the positive he does. He always looking to improve. So even if he does 90%, he would not say, "Oh, I had an amazing game. I am where I am, and that's great." He's okay, coach. What can I do? What else can I do to elevate my game?
So what do you think of his game tonight?
For tonight, I think they're holding it well defensively. Him and Riley. I still say I like to hear him communicate a little bit more. But I think overall, I think his approach, the way he's in position, really shows the changes he has made to his game.
I mean, from up here, obviously it's different, but he looks like he's a very calm guy. And do you want to see him involved more?
No, for me, I always tell my players this: the game dictates what's needed from you. So if it's a game where there's a lot of things that the midfield can do, then let the midfield do their job. If it's a situation where, let's say, they're giving the center backs the opportunity to drive forward, then that's where you come alive. I think for this game, the Commodores is not really doing that. But they're giving them specifically the center backs the opportunity to make penetrating passes, whether into the midfield or into the strikers. And I think the Stallions are doing an excellent job at that.
Is he a vocal guy? It doesn't seem like he's a vocal guy.
He just started off as vocal. We're still working on it. You know, it's always a work in progress when it comes to that. But I will tell you, in his Bahamas game, he was extremely vocal compared to now. And so, you know, for us, we're just looking for consistency.
And after all, this is his only his second game, so he's probably trying to doesn't want to be like the guy yelling and screaming and stuff like that. So he's probably just trying to find his way.
Yeah, and you know that's good because at the end of the day, the way you play is develop based on the relationship you have with your teammates. So you always have to kind of feel out your teammates and understand their personality. Who can you get on? Who can you have to, you know, tread lightly in terms of your conversation with them? So yeah, that could be it.
So, Coach, when you look at this second half with the Stallions having a 2-0 lead, what do you make any adjustments at halftime if you're coaching? How do you approach the second half?
No, I don't think there's really any adjustment to make. You just got to understand that the Commodores is they're going to make the adjustment more than anything else, and then you got to go off of that. Just the players have to be ready to see a different game in the second half. So mentality, they will have to switch very quickly. The things that they might have been successful with in the first half probably will go away. So now they have to look at that second and third option. And, you know, that's the way the game plays. But I think apart from, you know, John Tilo, you know, we have a couple other guys here. We have Larry and we have Axel who have been doing excellent. I think even Larry has been growing more than anyone in his game and his development, specifically with the Stallions.
Let me ask you this, Alex. Last season, it didn't look like he had playing time for Damon.
Actually, it was just a situation where we just, I guess I don't know how to put it. It just didn't work out the way we wanted it to. We just hoping we're able to get him back this year because he's a big part of our team and what we want to see. And even the way we want to play, I think he's a coach's dream. I'll tell you that. You know, right now he's playing for Stallions in the midfield, but for us, he probably play in the back line. You could see the quality of his touch and his vision. There's not much in terms of the understanding of the game. He's almost like a coach in that sense. Obviously, I'm looking at him now, and his fitness for having not played for an entire year, it looks pretty good. Because even the last game, he played like 90 minutes. So his level is going to go up. His intelligence is always going to be improving. So, you know, again, we're just waiting to get everything worked out so we can finally have him on the field in the fall.
So you feel that his best position is in the back?
His best position for me would be in the back.
Okay.
Or his best position is wherever we need him at the time. You know,
Right.
For us, especially in the college, sometimes what's best for you is not best for the team.
Right.
So for us, we are also trying to figure out what's going on, especially in preseason and in the first, I would say, 3 to 4 games of the season where everything fits well. But as I said, he's very flexible, he's very dynamic. So for us, you might have a team where they're not giving us a lot of pressure on the back line and we want something going up front, so he can be a winger for us.
Right.
Again, this year, I think we have a lot of players that are very flexible and play in multiple positions, so we can definitely switch things up.
Well, and you see that a lot in players, Coach, where you see successful high school players or even at the NPSL level that might play in the midfield or forward, and they get to the ECC conference, which your team is in, and the level is much different. It's faster. So you tend to see a lot of these players end up as outside backs. And, like you said, with the vision, and, it might be what you see with Axel in this coming season.
Well, that's a great thing about having a player like that, that you could slot him in wherever you need it in that particular game.
Yeah, that's correct. And like I say, obviously we try to play, but I also think there's times when you need to, stretch the team a little bit. So, again, you put him in a different position. He can ping a ball like no other. So, again, it's just based on what we're looking for in terms of our game plan, we can always make adjustments.
Bediako, thank you very much for stopping by. We certainly hope that your season is a very successful one, and Shane and I will probably come out there and do one of your games.
We'll probably be repping him soon. He'll be able to yell at us.
He'll be yelling at us then.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. I will say, I never have much problems with the referees. I know they are always working hard and they're trying to make the best decision. And, we need the referees. I do understand some of the frustration when it comes to some of the decision makings, but to me, at the end of the day, if you don't have them, the game cannot play. Right. So I get a little shout out to the referees. I guess I'll be one of the coaches that try to support as much as I can.
Well, and you certainly, your tenure here has your actions certainly support that statement. Referees talk, and I run the college unit right now locally, and everybody knows the different coaches, and everybody thinks you're a respectful coach on the sideline. And listen, we all have our moments where referees have to make game-critical calls, and you certainly have to say something in those times. But you're certainly a guy who picks and chooses his spots, and we appreciate that.
Right. Thanks very much, Beatty, and all the best to you, and we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, thank you guys for having me.
All right, thank you. All right, there you have it. That's Coach Bediako Swan of the Damon University soccer team, and so nice to have him here. As we get ready to start the second half, the Buffalo Stallions are leading 2-0. 2 goals by Luke Sobolewski. And we're getting ready to start the second half. Just before the half, the Commodores made a change. Owen Peterson went in for Trapp. Buffalo has not made any subs as of yet. No need to, because they're leading 2-0. The Stallions are throwing out little soccer balls to the fans. Nice crowd here tonight. Don't forget that this Wednesday night, July the 2nd, the Buffalo Stallions are back in action. And they will have a post-game fireworks display as a prelude to the 4th of July. The Stallions take on the Flower City Union in a NPSL matchup where both teams are vying to solidify a playoff position. The action kicks off 7 p.m. right here in North Tonawanda High School. Tickets are $10 and can be ordered at the BuffaloStallions.org website. The fireworks display will begin 15 minutes at the conclusion of the match. The fireworks are courtesy of Liberty Cab. Whether you or your loved one requires non-emergency medical transportation, wheelchair transportation, or medical courier service in Buffalo, Liberty Cab is here to serve you with the utmost care and professionalism. Call Liberty now at 716-877-7111. We're back with the second half. The Stallions leading 2-0. Let's see what this second hand holds. Felipe Santos with the ball. Looks like the Commodores are a little bit much more of a hurry. The ball goes inside the box, cleared out by Riley Quinn to Luke Sobolewski. Loomis gets the ball knocked out. It'll be Commodores' ball. Man goes down, foul on Riley Quinn. It'll be a free kick for the Commodores. Far right of the Stallions net. Petrie shouting out orders to his defense. 2-man wall. Harry Lee puts the ball into play. Goes in. The ball's headed over the crossbar. The Stallions were fortunate because the man was unattended and headed the ball just over the net. Charlie Peterson, who has a yellow card, was the one that got up after that ball and headed the ball over the crossbar. Fortunate for Buffalo. Gentile with the ball. Back to his goalkeeper. Tilo knocks the ball out of bounds. Commodores, as they did the first 10 minutes of the first half, dominated those minutes, but Buffalo was able to tighten up for the rest of the game. There's a foul on Riley Quinn. Petrie will knock it back in play for Buffalo. The sun's still out here in North Tonawanda. The lights are on. Lazoya to Jason Hernandez, who knocks it back to his own goalkeeper. Petrie knocks it out. Throw-in for Buffalo. Looks like Jason Hernandez lost his shoe. And he will be the one putting the ball in the play. Referees for tonight's game, once again, Alex Perrant, Dan Simic, Jeff Proval, and the fourth official, David Rousseau. Larry Noel with the ball at his foot. Okay. Swings it to Loomis. Back to Noel. Just outside the 18, Larry Noel gets the ball knocked out. It'll be a throw-in for the Stallions. To Pizzino. Pizzino's errant pass goes to the Commodores. Lazoya recovers to Gentile. Long ball for Pizzino. Pizzino gets around, but Buckley intercepts. Neatly gets the ball out. Long ball. Cut off by Gentile. Hernandez couldn't control it. Goes back to Buckley. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Commodore's ball. Harry Lee throwing once again. It is Buffalo's ball. I'd like to say hello to our cameraman Joel, who's doing a great job. Joel almost didn't make it here either because of an accident on 290. I didn't think I was going to make it either, but here we are. Loomis crosses it to Noah, but couldn't connect. Lazoya to Pizzino. Hernandez tries to overlap, but the ball cut off to Riley Wagner.
Tonight's winner of the raffle from 1033 The Edge for tickets to Darien Lake is
Nothing happened while you were gone.
We got some fans here, Tony. We have some fans, yeah.
Please visit the booth so you can get your tickets now. Congratulations.
Okay. Commodores trying to find an opening, but Buffalo is very compact on defense, not giving them much to work with.
It was Gianni Pizzino's brother, Matteo, and his father, Kevin. They were making sure we're saying some nice things about Gianni here tonight. And I said he tried to thread Larry there and threw ball with the same header he got one the other night.
Well, of course. We don't want to say anything bad.
There's nothing bad to say tonight with this 2-0 lead.
Buckley with the ball.
Stallions content on the Cass and Anthony Morning Show and more, only on 1033
Alfie Tucker gets by Pizzino. Here comes Larry Knoll looking for help. He finds it in Loomis. Loomis tries to thread a ball, but could not. That'll be Buffalo's ball. Riley Quinn puts it back in play to Larry Knoll, but knocked out by Charlie Peterson. Throwing once again for the Commodores. The ball goes inside to Buckley. Swings it to Alfie Tucker. Hernandez marking Felipe Santos. He fouls him. That'll be a free kick for the Commodores as Jason Hernandez took down Alfie. So the guy that we were looking for was Alfie Tucker. They gave us the wrong number, so we go, who is this guy? But it is Alfie, or I'm sorry, Felipe Santos.
Yeah, I think he was just signed.
Yeah, it's a through ball for Santos. He goes in, he cuts it into the middle, he shoots. Great save again by Jack Petrie, as Felipe Santos was able to work his way out against two defenders, took a shot, but Jack Petrie was there to make the stop.
That was a nice quick shot and had near post written all over it, and Jack Petrie grabbed that with his right hand and gobbled it up.
Lazoya to Hernandez. Puts the ball through, but Buckley is able to chase it down, and it goes to Harry O'Brien, goalkeeper. Back to Buckley. Felipe Santos taken off neatly by La Mandola. Lazoya loses the ball to Felipe Santos. Swings it for Katsande. The Commodores not able to do anything with that, and Petrie falls on the ball. 54 minutes into this game, 2-0 for the Buffalo Stallions over the Erie Commodores.
Yeah, see, Erie's getting into transition and coming at them a little faster than the first half.
Well, this is how the first half started, where the first 10-15 minutes the Commodores controlled things, but Buffalo was able to tighten up, and pretty much the same situation here. Sobolewski was looking for a return pass from Pizzino, but the ball went too far to Petrie. Hansel. And now Buckley. Buffalo dropping back, trying to close off those lanes and making it difficult for the Commodores to get through. There's a long ball to Lopez, or make that Santos. He beats his man, crosses it, but Riley Wagner is there to knock it out to Harry Lee. Harry Lee swings it to the right. Across, but Gentilo was able to get his foot on it to Sobolewski. 3-man on Sobolewski. Pizzino had an idea about knocking it down the field, but not the case. Lazoya fouled on the play. Here Santos on that last play was able to turn and had a nice shot on goal, but Petrie was there to make the stop.
Yeah, this is a careless foul by Erie. You're pressuring them, and then you know why they call it a free kick, Tony? Because it's free.
That's right. Loomis tries to heel pass, but was not able to connect. Here comes Santos once again. Wagner closes in on him, but is able to take the shot. And Santos is becoming more dangerous.
That's a foul, Tony.
Yeah.
Referee's got to see that on the sideline.
It was not called.
There's no purpose to that.
Yeah, he just parked him after the ball was kicked away. Here comes Riley Quinn. Tell Larry no. On the left side, no. Kicks it too far, and that'll be a goal kick.
Tony, what I want to know is what would you have done when they parked you back in the day?
It depends if the ref was looking or not. Yeah.
It's the answer I was looking for. Yeah. Well, you know what was said in the Erie huddle at halftime.
What was that?
Get Santos involved.
Yeah, because they're.
Here it is again.
Yep. Felipe Santos, marked by Pizzino and Hernandez, inside the box. It'll be a throw-in for the Commodores, who once again are putting pressure, much as they did the first half. At least the first 10, 15 minutes of the first half. Buckley inching his way up the field. Goes inside to Santos. Watched by Hernandez. He turns, shoots, but was stopped by Hernandez. But the Commodores maintain possession. It'll be a throw-in.
A lot of kids here today, Tony, on youth player day. I see a couple kids that I've coached, or some of the players in some of the local clubs. I see Henry Richards out there, plays a lot of soccer in Western New York.
Here comes the Commodores. They cross and they score. I don't know if that went in off Riley Wagner.
Looked like an own goal.
Yep. Let's look at the replay, but
swing that ball into the box and look what happens.
Let's look at it here. Cade Worstner gets it in there. The cross, and it looked like it went off of Riley Wagner.
Yeah, it's an own goal, Tony.
Yep. 58 minutes into the second half. Cade Worstner.
Well, that's what, you look at what they've been doing, Tony. The Erie's attacking this side with Felipe Santos, and then they change direction, come down that far sideline, and just get into the box.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous territory for Buffalo now.
As we said, that's the 2-goal lead is always the worst.
You got to figure out how to settle down here and get this one to the finish line.
Perron talking to Hernandez. He's pointing to his head. He goes, be smart, you would think?
Yeah, I think that's
the fan.
I think that's what he's saying there. These modern fans, Tony, I don't know how to work it.
Lamondola coming up with the ball. Inside to Sobolewski. Back to Loomis. Across from Loomis. No, goes in, but stopped on the play, but we have an offside against Buffalo. Steph. Are you sensing that Buffalo is playing a little nervous to start this half?
I am. I think Erie has, while they controlled the play the first 15 minutes of each half here, the pace of this one was different than the first 15. And they're coming at them with a little bit more pace, and they're really trying to get Felipe going here. And Tony, you give up a 2-goal lead earlier in the season. Now the pressure's really on them.
Yeah. I see they're giving away passes. Let's see if Sobolewski could do something. He kicks the ball a little bit too far. Lazoya tries to hit Pizzino. Buffalo is going to be making a change. Pizzino comes out, and Keegan Herman is going into the game. Keegan Herman gets in a big hand.
And the crowd really likes that substitution.
Yep.
Keegan Herman's got some fans here tonight.
What can you tell us about Keegan, Shane? You know him very well.
Well, Keegan played up at Wilson High School for the Lakemen.
He just graduated, right?
Just graduated, yeah. He's playing for played for his father up there, and he actually plays for Bediaco Swan on the Kenmore Spurs, and that's what led to him being recruited to Damon. But we play.
Here comes Felipe Santos with the shot, blocked by the defense, and we're going to have a goal kick. Sorry about that.
No, we play Kenmore West. We play Wilson every year. And I would say last year, Keegan was the most difficult player we saw all year. Played in the midfield, tough to defend, can score goals, but he passes the ball and he gets to the next space, and he is a relentless worker. So he's probably
what happened here? Lazoya collided with one of the Commodores and can't get his number.
It looks like it was unintentional or inadvertent.
Let's look at here. Look at the replay. Now he went down. Dejan Barthy went down, but he's up. And referee Perrant is talking to Lazoya, who's saying, I didn't even see him. Felipe Santos has really caused all kinds of problems for this team, for the Stallions.
Yeah, Erie's worked hard to get him involved, and they're clearly attacking this side with him. Buffalo's got to have an answer.
Larry No with the ball at his foot, but they converged on him and were able to take the ball away. I don't know if he wasn't told that there were guys coming up on him, and he lost the ball. The Commodores certainly controlling the second half. They're playing with a little more confidence. Oh, I thought he could get that one. Lamondola. They're calling for a handball. Not forthcoming. Loomis knocks the ball out of bounds. Do you want to explain the new rule that for the handball? Because under maybe the old way, that might have been a handball, but being that the ball was going to hit his body anyway.
Yeah, they're looking when we talk about the handball rule, they're really looking at what's natural. So if you look at yourself, Tony, and you're running and you're in a normal running position, your hands are allowed to be out from your body. So they would consider that a natural position.
Right.
If you're falling and you go to brace yourself with the ground with your arm, that's a natural position. So the window for what's a handball has really shrunk up, and now it becomes, they're really looking at what's not natural.
Right,
so why would your hands be above your head at any point? Why would they be, way out to the side?
Exactly.
So the window's smaller, unless you're going in on goal. If it's from your hand,
leads to a goal,
immediately to a goal, then it doesn't matter how or why it hits that hand, it's a handball.
Yeah, you gain an unfair advantage.
Yeah, so that could be anything. So unfortunately what you see, Tony, is you see a lot of referees still
calling it the old way,
misapplying it. And I'll tell you what, some of that's driven by the fans and coaches because they don't understand.
Here comes Keegan Herman. He passes it to Sobolewski. Sobolewski's not able to get to it. It'll be a goal kick for the Commodores.
You get fans and coaches that yell at you and think it's a handball, and they think you didn't see it. You're like, no, I
Right.
saw it. I just didn't call it. I mean, it's not a handball in the rules.
Well, and it's, every time there's a handball, they think it's a foul. Or every time a guy goes down, of course, they think it should be a foul. Long, searching ball for the Commodores.
That's a nice thing about this level. And you look at the benches and the coaches, and these are coaches with a lot of experience,
Right.
and they understand what the calls are.
Good defensive play by Gentilo. And here comes Loomis. The Stallions trying to counter to Larry No. Not a very good first touch. Looks like we have a couple of people down. Gentilo is down, and
Yeah, we had a collision there. And both of them are a little banged up.
Dejan Barthy is also down.
He's been taking a bit of a beating this half, huh?
Yep. Trainers are out there. Hopefully, Gentilo looks like he's going to be okay. He's up.
You see the frustration from some of the Erie players and wanting to call, and the referee needs to get control of this and get these guys out of here and let the trainer do his job.
Yeah. I mean, we all did that, yelling at the referees, and of course, once he blows the whistle, you can talk to him until you're blue in the face. Nothing's going to change.
We're referees, Tony. We still yell at the referees.
We yell at the referees.
and nothing's ever changed.
Yeah, nothing changes. Back in the days, now we have 4 officials, 2 ARs. But when I first came from Italy and we played, there was a one-man system. And thinking about it today, how were they able to referee the game is really beyond me, because, it's hard enough with 4 guys, let alone with 1.
You imagine offsides?
Oh, yeah.
We're wrong most of the time as it is in the eyes of
the fans.
The fans.
Yeah. And and some of the coaches. Buckley with the long ball. Cleared out by Riley Wagner. Lazoya knocks it out of bounds.
You know what we do to those coaches, Tony?
What's that?
We book them.
Yeah, that's right. .69 and a half minutes into the second half. 2-1. Jacob Cordy looks like is going into the game. He's going in for, we'll see. You think? Our spotter, Stefano Acuto, says he's going in for Loomis. Yes, he does.
That's good work from the bleachers.
Yes.
Thank
Jacob
you,
Cordy
Stefano.
in the game.
Bill Van Slyke's been quiet down there today. He didn't have to hold the board for the
No.
4th official today.
He's
David-
actually doing his
Actually, it doesn't even look like he wants to be around David Rousseau right now.
well, we know Rousseau. Do you want to be around him?
Actually,
Here come.
I
Nice ball by Keegan Herman up to Sobolewski. 1-on-1. Inside the box. Hits it off the defender. And now he gets taken out. We have a PK. Sobolewski 1-on-1 with the defender. The defender takes him out. And we have a penalty shot
We're going to get the chance for the hat trick here?
at the 70th minute mark. Sobolewski taken out into the box.
And that's the right call, Tony. He had his guy beat. He
Yep.
played the ball through, and defender had nothing to do but take him. He's having a heck of a game. We could have a hat trick here.
Yep. It was on the PK called against Ben Buckley, one of the Commodores' leading scorer. And on that instance, not a positive move, as Sobolewski stands over the ball, 1-on-1 with goalkeeper Harry O'Brien. Remind you that Sobolewski has 2 goals already. Sobolewski's ready. Harry O'Brien is ready, waiting for the whistle from Perrant. Sobolewski runs into the ball, the shot, and it's stopped on a play by Harry O'Brien, who dove to his right and made the stop on Luke Sobolewski. Didn't look like it was hard or...
Placeman's okay. It just didn't have a lot of pace.
Didn't have much pace.
That's too bad. That really puts the pressure on this Buffalo team now.
It really does. Let's see what happens here off a corner kick. Lazoya off a corner kick. And it's cleared out. Nice control by Sobolewski. And now the ball goes the other way. Lamondola knocks it in, and Buckley, who has to be thanking his goalkeeper for bailing him out.
Yeah, he got bailed out, but you gotta look at it for Sobolewski. He scores 2 big goals where he works hard, and then you got that penalty kick, and you're like, you think it's your easy opportunity, right? Yeah. And that's unfortunate.
PKs are never easy. There's a whole different situation when you're standing one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
They're easy from up here, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never missed one from up here.
I know. Years ago, in my college days, we're playing in Lakeland, Ohio. And it was a tournament, and they were saying that games could not be, they were not going to go into overtime, that they had to be settled on a field. 6 overtimes.
Oh.
We went into 6 overtimes, and because the referee says, I can't do it anymore, he says, we're going to PKs. So we went to PKs, and sad to say, I missed. They hit the crossbar, and we lost. So here's Sobolewski. He shoots, and it's way over the net.
The referee get overtime pay that game?
I don't know, but he says after the 6th overtime, he goes, I'm done. He goes, I'm tapping out. So it was either go to PKs or this guy's going home.
Well, this fall, we go back to the 4th official, David Rousseau. This fall, I was his 4th official for a game at St. Bonaventure. We get storm delay. Can't continue the game after 3 hours.
Right.
So we got to go back the next morning, and I'm back there for a 4th official again. The only good thing is the way the rules work.
I brought you coffee?
Yeah, they bought us coffee and paid us twice.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad for a 4th official.
No, that's great. Well, you can bring a rocking chair next time.
I got to watch David work, and he did a nice job that day.
He's a very dedicated referee, and he's been around. Keegan Herman.
He knows the rules. He's a
Buffalo loses the ball. Oh, good play. Jacob Cordy comes in. He comes in to really save a great opportunity because that guy was ready to knock the ball into the net.
That is really good work by Jacob Cordy there.
And the Commodore player is still inside the Bandits box. Looks like he's a little bit sore. Another substitution for Buffalo coming up. Riley Quinn knocks the ball, but it goes to the Commodore player, and Riley Quinn is fouled, and Praval, right on the ball, makes a call.
He's injured there. It looks slow, but I tell you what, he recovered awful fast now.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Cordy with a great
Jeez.
defense. Great
Real
defense
nice.
by Cordy.
Jeez, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Number 8 coming in for the Bandits, Douglas Tishiboy. Shibui. And it looks like he's going to come in for Larry Knoll.
Douglas, I believe, is a Lafayette High School graduate.
Yeah.
I think he spent some time with the Sahara Gunners. Be interested to see him play tonight.
Shibui coming in for Knoll. On the left side now. No, Buffalo is complaining. Sobolewski thought he got the ball.
This is a close one, Tony. I'm not. I did hear a little something. I think he might have caught his boot going through.
Really? I thought I heard it too.
It
really
did sound like it, but I thought there was a little delay from our referee. So it
26 coming in for
Noel's having a word with him before he comes off.
Barthy comes out for the Commodores. Going into the game right now is Dylan Dench, if we're to believe these numbers.
I think Perval over there, he's getting ready for his second Emmy. He's having quite a...
Jeff Preval, of course, is the AR tonight, and he is a anchor at Channel 4 News.
And Emmy,
quite accomplished man.
Emmy Award winner, used to do Call for Action.
Did he? Free kick for the Commodores. Buckley looks like he's standing over the ball. The wall lining up. Here's a shot. Stopped by the wall. They're yelling for a foul, but Perrant will have none of it.
Well, I think that was a simulation for sure, and I would like to see him have a word with that player.
Looked like he went in with this.
That was a stud-up, but I don't think there was any contact, and I think he tried to simulate a foul. And
that's over the back.
And that's no good for the game. I would have words.
Santos with the shot. I think he's 3 for 3 on field goals.
Yeah, Santos has got a field goal now. Yeah, Bartley's got a couple field goals, I think. Santos.
There's a free kick, or a goal kick. Shabui tries to get it, could not. Ball goes off Jacob Cordy, and that'll be a throw-in for the Commodores. 79 minutes gone, 2-1. The Buffalo Stallions leading the Erie Commodores. 2 goals by Luke Sobolewski. And here comes Sobolewski once again. I think Shabui with the shot, and O'Brien with the save, and the Commodores are yelling, and somebody's going to get booked for dissent. They were yelling for a offside. He's not going to give him a yellow card.
Ooh.
No doubt that's an offside.
It definitely looked.
It was Tabui was offside.
Yeah, it definitely looked offside. That center back recovered. That's
Commodores countering to Santos, being watched by Riley Wagner. He cuts the ball back. Gentilo is there to knock it out and keep the ball from going inside even further. Alfie Tucker to Ben Buckley. Buffalo all hands on deck on defense. Ten minutes to go in the second half. 2-1. Buckley slips, knocks it down. And comes Lazoya. Shabui taken out. We're going to have a foul. And a yellow card to number 19, Owen Peterson. Three yellow cards for the Commodores. Goalkeeper Harry O'Brien, Owen Peterson, and now, or make that Charlie Peterson, and now Owen Peterson gets himself into the book.
I don't know what we're arguing about there. It looked like a pretty
was a
simple
clear-cut
foul,
foul,
and
yeah.
it's at midfield, and let them spot it, back up. There's no reason to take a yellow card there.
It's a midfield.
We've seen some bad midfield fouls.
Yeah,
over
it's
the years, but that's not one of them.
Cade Worstner is now moved over to the left side. And Felipe Santos dropped into the center of the field. Across inside the box, stopped by Harry O'Brien to Buckley. Alfie Tucker knocks it back to Buckley, headed out by Riley Wagner. Keegan Herman tries to chip it to Lazoya, but could not connect to Jacob Cordy. We need to put the ball on the ground. Shabui could not control the ball. Alfie Tucker takes it away. Peterson is fouled on a play.
Sabaluski raises his hand and says, "I did it." And then we're going.
Gentilo to the top of the box. There's a shot. Stopped by Jack Petrie.
Chantillo's looking for an assist there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it would be the wrong assist.
We can't have that back
No.
there.
There you go. Again, Buffalo getting sloppy, giving the ball away. Lamondola to Jacob Cordy to Riley Quinn. And we're going to have a man down for the Commodores. 84 minutes in. Can the Buffalo Stallions keep this lead and get their third win of the season? Their next game will be this Wednesday night against the Flower City Union, who are leading the league. And at the end of the game, there will be a firework display courtesy of Liberty Cab. So come on out. You can get your tickets. It's $10, buffalostallions.org, or your tickets online. You'll be here, right? Or you're not afraid of fireworks, are you?
I'll be here. I will be here. I'm not afraid of fireworks. My dog is.
Substitution for Buffalo. Sobolewski taken out. Number 2 for the Stallions. J.P. Barone in for Luke Sobolewski. Is that a defensive move, Shane?
Yeah, I think that is a little bit of a defensive move.
Sobolewski has put in lots of miles today.
Yeah, you could see the last few minutes. Sobolewski had 2 fouls against him, and that's just coming because of fatigue. Then one in the midfield raises his hand, says, "I did it," and he had a heck of a game.
Yeah, he did.
Too bad he couldn't get that hat trick there on that PK. But J.P. Barone should be able to get some wheels going, move him back in the high part of the midfield. And
here's a cross inside. Head ball. Went off Gentilo and then off the Commodore player, and it'll be a goal kick.
he could have controlled
Very
that.
fortuitous bounce there for here. Looking at the replay, Cordy gets taken to the cleaners. Head ball by Santos. Hit Riley Wagner. A little pinball action there.
Yeah, if we can control that last bounce, if there's any control in there, we could
4
be in
minutes
trouble.
to go in regulation. Buffalo needs to hold this lead. Here comes Santos. Inside the cross. Oh. That was almost own goal number 2. Went off Lamondola.
Well, they're doing a good job.
Fortunately, it went over the crossbar.
Just getting into the box. Get into the box.
Corner kick for the Commodores. Can they defend this? Here's the kick inside. There goes the Jack Petrie, who's going to take all of his allotted time. Long kick down the field. Commodores control the ball. Trying to get that tying goal. Harry O'Brien to Buckley, who turns back and switches the ball to the right side of the field.
You can see the difference in pace with J.P. Barone out there right now. He's definitely up there to work.
Yeah, nothing fancy now. Defense needs to be stout and keep this lead. Good play by Jacob Cordy to knock that ball out of bounds. He gets beat. The guy is clear inside the 18. Peterson. Knocked out of there by Lazoya. Harry O'Brien comes out to meet that ball. Jacob Cordy.
Stallions fans, once again, we'd like to thank our official media partner, 1033 dranking at Buffalo's Real
J.P. Barone is in there for Luke Sobolewski. Tries the ball to Shabui. Could not get control of the ball. Goes to the goalkeeper. 88.5 minutes gone. Can the Stallions maintain this 1-goal lead against the third place Erie Commodores? Gentilo. The ball goes off for Gentilo. Oh, cleared out. Jason Hernandez is able to clear that ball out, and it was going inside the net.
Well, I think there's a deflection that helped us.
Yeah, it certainly was, because it was going right to the offensive player for the Commodores.
Yeah, he was going to have a beautiful opportunity there.
Wagner just blasts the ball out. Shabui going after it. Just missed getting a hold of it. Yeah, 7 minutes.
That's what it looks like he's putting on the board
7
right
minutes. Do we have that much of a delay?
I
J.P. Barone looks like he's running out of steam. It's a goal kick, or I'm sorry, throw-in. 7 minutes.
Bill Van Slyke not needed tonight to hold the board.
No, he looks sad. Rousseau is doing his job.
He's
Throwing 7 minutes of extra time.
Tony, I'm a little surprised at that.
Wow.
I don't. I'm trying to go through that half.
7 minutes.
Where we
I mean, I know that they had an injury, but that didn't take 7 minutes.
We had
the
two
penalty
injuries,
shot,
penalty
the
shot, a couple cards, a couple goals. I mean, 1 goal. I mean, I'm
about maybe 5.
yeah.
About
I was
7?
thinking about. I was thinking we are going to have 5 tonight.
Well, it looks like we have
Shibui.
no.
Oh.
Fetz Peterson, he already has a yellow card, and he's politicking over there for another one.
All I know is if he's asking for a card, that's foolish. But either way, he's wasting his own time at this point in the game.
That's Charlie Peterson. The Peterson boys have yellow cards tonight.
Yeah, they.
I don't believe we have any yellow cards for Buffalo side.
Peterson boys are having a rough night tonight.
Yep. Cordy. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Buffalo's going to take all the time they can. J.P. Barone goes down, and it'll be a goal kick. Buffalo wants to slow things down, and Commodores not so much. Shabui's got to come back, get back.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be lollygagging up top.
No, get everybody, and now he's doing it.
Get
J.P.
inside the
Barone's
middle,
chasing, Shabui's dropping. Okay, they're going to play long ball, clear it out.
Nice job by Riley Wagner. Good defense, but we have a throw-in for the Commodores. And we have a foul on Lazoya. Seven minutes extra time. We're what? One? Are we through one?
I think we're probably about two
okay.
in. Yeah.
All right, 2 in. Santos with the free kick, chips it inside, knocked out by Jacob Cordy. Shabui takes the ball away, and he's off to the races. Pass that ball. He does to Keegan. Herman all the way to the right side.
Get that to Barone.
I realized that they wanted, but that time we had numbers. Buffalo had numbers up top. They should have attacked them instead of trying to slow things down.
I thought if when Keegan had the ball here on the outside, we got a yellow card.
Jacob Cordy, I believe, just got booked.
When Keegan got that ball on the outside, J.P. Barone was pretty free in the middle. I think we could have swung it back into the middle and then maybe back over to Shabui, but that took too long to develop.
I mean, it was 2-on-2. He should have just attacked him as opposed to.
And then J.P. Barone got in there. We had
numerically
numbers.
We're up. Yep.
That's one way to finish a game, right?
Felipe Santos taking the ball, the free kick. He chips it inside. Petrie comes out, but the offensive player was able to get ahead on it, and fortunately for Buffalo, the ball just went over the crossbar. Petrie looked like might have misjudged that kick. Yep.
Well, if you're going to come out as a goalie and get that, you got to come out and get that.
Yep.
You got to win that one.
I'm sure he would like to have that one back, but fortunately for the Stallions, no damage. Lazoya. Yep, J.P. Barone was called for the foul. He was thinking that ball was going to, or foul was going to be called against him. Cade Worsner comes in, being chased by Keegan Herman. Buffalo, all hands on defense. Headed out by Lazoya. Knocked back inside the box. Riley Quinn heads it, but not out. And now Riley Quinn kicks it out.
You hear
O'Brien comes in.
You hear the bench here, Erie. They're asking for a foul. They're looking for anything, but it's just not there. But they're trying to will their way to a call.
About 3 minutes left. The Stallions still holding on to this 2-1 lead against the Erie Commodores. Looked like a push in the back, but no call. Shabui, good pressure on Buckley.
That's hard work right there.
Alfie Tucker with the ball. He shoots it through. Gentilo blasts the ball out. Shabui, can he get to it? Here goes Shabui, going in on goal. The shot, and Harry O'Brien makes the stop. Good run by Shabui, but O'Brien was there to make the save. Buffalo knocks the ball back. Commodores maintain possession. La Mandola kicks it way too far, and it goes back to the Commodores. 1 minute to go in extra time. Gentilo with the head ball out. Keegan Herman knocks it back. Tucker to Buckley. Make that Charlie Peterson. Long ball cleared out by Buffalo. Shabui loses control, and the Commodores get the ball back.
Shabui's got to work harder there to get back and get that ball.
Last chance for the Commodores. Can Buffalo hold on? Here's a shot knocked out by, and here's the whistle. The whistle goes, and the Buffalo Stallions get their third victory of the season, 2-1 against the Erie Commodores. 2 goals by Luke Sobolewski. Great game for the Buffalo Stallions, and they're back on the winning track after the other night's victory, and they're looking to keep their winning ways going.
You know what they say, Tony? There's no place like home.
It is. And, of course, Buffalo started with a home game, and after that they played 5 away games. And now they're back home, and home cooking is doing them very well because they have been able to win their last 2 games, and they play this Wednesday night against the Flower City team that lead the league. So the Buffalo Stallions are on a streak.
They're on a streak, and I like some of the things I saw tonight. I liked how Coach McCone used Sobolewski and Noel up top. They were both playing high forwards, and that caused some problems for the Erie defense. And then you put Pizzino and Loomis wide, and they were attacking with 4 guys for a large portion of this game. And Noel and Sobolewski up top there are very dangerous.
And, of course, Sobolewski had an opportunity to get a hat trick, but his penalty shot was stopped by Harry O'Brien. Nonetheless, the Buffalo Stallions take this victory, their 3rd of the season. They keep inching up the standings, and 2 more games left this Wednesday night. Don't forget that they have a fireworks night, which begin in 15 minutes at the conclusion of the match. Tickets are $10 and can be ordered at buffalostallions.org. Any final thoughts, Shane?
Yeah, it's it's nice to have these guys back home. It's nice to see them, after that long road trip and away from home, to get back here and get a couple wins in front of the home fans. And I think this Erie team has been playing very well. So this is you look at your schedule and you look at wins. This is a nice win for this team, and I think they can keep it going.
And it is a big victory simply because the Erie Commodores have been able to stay on top of the league, and they're like second in the conference. So that's a big victory for Buffalo. All right, then we'll see you again Wednesday night. That's going to do it for yours truly and Shane Majerus from North Tonawanda High School. This is Tony Okiro. Have yourself a great night, and we'll do it all again this coming Wednesday.